We're on.
Hey guys, I'm Tom Collins and this is my Facebook Live 5.
Tom, what you got?
I've got a photo of my debut and I think this is against Gloucester.
Gloucester, can you show us?
Right in that?
Can you show
Yeah.
the camera? Can we see that?
You got that?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was a, it was LV, wasn't it? LV Cup game.
Yeah. Has it got a date at the top? It might have a date stamp at the top. 2013.
Oh, that was a little while ago, wasn't it?
So how old
Makes
were
me
you
feel
then?
old. I would have been, I think, 18 or not. I would have just turned 18, yeah. Just turned 18 and then I remember coming on actually. It was literally in the second half. I remember that was where it was a forward, got called back for a forward pass. I think it was. I think Tonga Weir broke through. And yeah, I was gutted. Yeah, when I was through and sort of seen that the ref had called it back. I hadn't actually heard it. I remember sprinting down and I remember Mike Tyndall was playing. And obviously I looked up to him as sort of a player. And he pulled me back and I was like, oh God, I thought I was in then.
How were you feeling before that game? Was it nerves?
Yeah, I think so. And I think as a young lad, you don't really think about all of that sort of stuff. You sort of go into the game just excited, just excited to get out there. And as soon as I got out there and got the call that was going on, it was a quality feeling to get out there in front of the fans here. So.
Swap along.
I have got Leinster. I remember that. That was a massive try. I remember Jamie Elliott in the last minute. We were defending on our line for what, 5 minutes. And I remember they were getting really close. They kept being about a metre away. They were picking and going all the time. And then they decided to go out the back, and we pressured them. And I remember Jamie just picking up a loose ball and sprinting. I remember sprinting after him for ages. Had cramp in both legs. It was a nightmare. And just that feeling of winning there was probably the best thing I've sort of had in my career.
That was one of the two massive games you played that year. You obviously started in the semi-final as well.
Yeah.
How big was it to be thrown in and to be showing that faith as well to playing games of that magnitude?
Yeah, I think both games it was really good. It was a great feeling to sort of be trusted out there and it gave you a huge amount of confidence. Obviously in the semi-final got thrown in very late due to Ken sort of getting injured, but it was one of them things which sort of as a young lad, like I said before, you don't really think about all of that sort of stuff. You sort of go into games sort of just excited to be out there, and I think in this game I was just excited to play with the lads and sort of get out there in front of 50,000, however many people were there. And when Jamie scored in that last minute, I can't tell you the sort of feeling chasing after him and how relieved I was that they didn't score. So
nice
quality. We've got A-League final, the one we won last year.
You can get that on screen, yeah, we can see that.
Yeah.
That was the start of a pretty good run of things for you, wasn't it? We'll see a couple more things coming up, but being part of that team last year, how good was that?
It was really good. Obviously, like being in the Wanderers side is a very frustrating sort of situation. You're on the edge of sort of being in the first team. You're trying to play each week to try and get into the first team, and sometimes it doesn't really work. And I feel like being around a group of lads who you sort of consider are the same position as you, and you can relate to, and you're all frustrated and you're all wanting to go out there and prove a point. And I feel like that year we did. We have a lot of good young lads coming through, a very strong squad here, and I feel like being in that situation, you sort of want to get together as a group of lads and sort of show what you can do, to show the coaches what you can do and get into the first team. But I feel like this game here was it was a quality feeling to win as a group of lads, and I feel like we had all gone through the same stuff together. So it was nice to come out the other side and actually have something to show for the season.
Just quickly on that, we'll come on to it a bit more in a minute, but how good is it looking back? Obviously back then it was frustrating, but now you look back, does it make the experience worthwhile now that you're in the position you are?
Yeah, I feel like everything moulds you. Everything moulds you into the player you sort of are today, and I feel like it did. It sort of shows you that stuff where you've sort of been in the Wanderers side, you've been in the Wanderers setup, you've seen how frustrating it is, and it makes you sort of want to push a lot more and push forward and try and improve.
Next up
we've got the Ramwick photo. Me, Glenn Ella and Tom Stevenson. That was when there he is, Steve down there. That was this summer actually. Me and Tom.
We got an audience, hang on, let me just pan round. Hey guys.
Steve and Teamana. Obviously, you know Steve-O went with me over there. He's one of my good mates. It was nice to go over there with him, and obviously getting the Ramwick sort of experience and meeting legends like sort of Glenn Ella and people like that, and showing what have sort of come through their sort of system and stuff is really good. Obviously you look at the likes of Eddie Jones and people like that who have come through, Curtly Bill and stuff like that, so it's nice to sort of see the sort of history they've got there and go there, and they're very proud about that, and you feel the vibes. It makes you want to play and learn off the players who are there. So no, it was a great experience for me, and I feel like it helps me as a player sort of learning off. They've got their head coach Nick Ryan, sort of learning off him and learning off the players who are around. They had a very sort of young squad over there. I remember me and Steve went over there, and we were probably one of the oldest in the squad, which was a bit weird. Sort of their average age probably like 21, and probably below, kids fresh out of school, and it was good to sort of learn off them, learn how they had obviously been brought up to play rugby. They're very, very skillful, quick players, so it was good to learn off of them.
Nice. And we've got one more. This is actually a video, so do you want to watch it? You know what happened.
I know
you can
what
hold
happened,
it and kind of half watch it. Quite quiet. When you watch stuff like that, does it give you goosebumps watching yourself back?
Yeah, here and there. I don't really like watching myself back, to be fair. I don't really like watching games, but no, that was a great feeling. Obviously, this weekend, I'd said before, sort of coming through the sort of academy, and this is sort of I grew up 5 minutes down the road, and I remember sitting right up at the top, sort of watching games like this when I was younger, obviously with legends playing. And you sort of look at them games, and you want to, as a young lad playing rugby, you sort of want to play in them sort of games. You look at how thrilling they are, and sort of the excitement, the physicality, all of that, and you go into it, and it was quality topping off. We would try, but just getting out there alone was a great feeling in front of a packed out stadium there.
We were just talking off camera about your social media going mad after the game.
Yeah.
Is there a special someone you want to shout out who might be watching on Facebook?
I'm sure my mum's probably on there. I'm sure she's always on Facebook. No, she's always saying a bit to me. She always is on social media, so it's good.
Tom, thanks for your time.
Thank
Cheers.
you, mate. Cheers.